Hello again, YouTube. This is Truth, man. I'm still out here. We got stuff to talk about we didn't get a chance to talk about earlier. So listen, this series is how we need to be treating these women going forward. 2023 is almost here. 2023 is almost here. And I'm noticing like some of the main dudes in this manosphere is kind of switching up. But listen, don't worry. Let's start with the married man. Let's start with the married man on this part 2. If your wife is keeping your nuts drained, cooperating, submitting, following your lead, then right now this stuff really don't apply to you. Like if she's doing what she needs to do, you don't need to change anything. Like as long as she's not running the show and she only cooperating because you giving her away, you really, if you running the show and you got a unicorn, then I would just keep listening and gaining the wisdom for like future reference if need be, but don't change nothing you're doing. If your stuff is right, this ain't for you as much as it's for people who dealing with what we deal with as men. And I talked about Wisconsin, how I'm not trying to hear from any Caucasian woman that's from Wisconsin, because I already know the deal. I done worked with them. If they not on drugs, rebelling, with somebody rich or some other type of catch, they ain't really dealing with black dudes like that. Now, Minnesota is different now. Cause even going back to when a couple of my friends went to college up there, like they tried to get me to go up there. It's a college, Hibbing Community College. Like Minnesota is different. Like Minnesota ain't as segregated as say Wisconsin. So these chicks from Minnesota, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But Wisconsin, you can't tell me nothing, man. You can't, because I already know how the game is. If you ain't never been at odds with your parents, you ain't never been dependent on any type of drugs, you went to suburban schools, the only black dudes they dealt with is the ones that are only black in color. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. If they weren't rebelling or something like that. So the girl y'all all love so much, y'all just act like she one of us men or something. What's her name? Just Pearly Things. Nothing against her. I heard some of her commentaries. They all right. But this the manosphere though. That's y'all problem, man. That's, we can't be hypocrites up in here either, man. We got to stand on our square. And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about how we should treat them going forward. I had these same conversations with my sons, man. And I like for the last couple of years, I just sit around a lot and sat around a lot, just pondering on my life and dealing with women and stuff like that. And thinking like, okay, this what I did wrong, this what I did right, this what I did wrong, this what I did right. So when I give you these commentaries, I pray on it. I compare what I'm saying and thinking to what the scripture says. And that's when I come up with what I'm talking about, how we need to treat them. Listen, do not, when they laugh and giggle and when they criticize you, just realize that they're women. That's their way of trying to claw their way to the top or trying to be relevant. Just understand that. That's them trying to be relevant. I don't care if you're an introvert. I don't care if you got a speech impediment. I don't care if you 4'8". I don't care what the deal is. If you are a man, when they try to claw their way up, you can't take them too seriously. If you work in these jobs, like people have problems on the job. I was talking to my son about some stuff And I had to tell him, man, this is what you deal with. This is what you deal with. Like I said, you got a female boss, she stubbed her toe on the bed. She gonna come to work messing with y'all. If she had problems with her man, she gonna come to work messing with y'all. If her cat gets sick, she gonna come on. This is how it is. This is the emotion of a woman, and we gotta understand that any one of us can be dealing with these type of emotions, man. I don't care if your wife is a unicorn right now. That don't mean she gonna be a unicorn 2 years from now. All it takes is some dude that she been dreaming about, her dream guy, to walk up on that job looking just like her dream guy, and everything could change for you in a moment. And then, it's your fault. Oh, you ain't do this. Oh, you ain't give me a fix. It's always your fault. I was just talking about this with a guy I've known a while, and we both started laughing. I said, hey, man, and remember, it's your fault. He told me his wife was cheating on him. Like, this particular guy, that guy could have had, I'm telling you, man, he drove, and he might be watching this video, because I just gave him my channel information. He might be watching this video. He drove the truck. Those women knew that the dudes that drive the truck to the nursing home, they make a little more than everybody at the nursing home, all the guys at the nursing. So, but he was kind of like keeping it cool. He was, I don't know if what he did to exact, but basically when we talked, I was told that his wife was the one cheating. And this ain't the first person that told me that. This, like, I was talking to another guy. His wife, like a few years before that, his wife literally was giving him money to get beer to take with him to go fishing, so another guy that he knew could come over her house in his bed while he fishing. They end up getting divorced. He ended up getting remarried. I mean, this stuff is not new, man. This stuff been going on since I can remember. I've seen women bring up something that happened 25 years previous when they do something. Literally, I've seen it. I'm telling you. So the way we have to treat them is no matter what their financial status is, no matter what their economic status is, you tell them girls, if you like her and she make more than you, you make sure she understand how it's going to be. And if she don't want it to be that way, you don't got to deal with her. You got many other choices, and you also have the choice, or you don't got to deal with it, you could go monk mode. But just because they make more, they might be a little more educated, man, you still stand on your square and put them in their place if they try to disrespect you because they might think they went to better schools or they more educated or they got this, that. Listen, that don't change nothing. And do not move into their houses no matter what. I don't care how good she is. She could be a unicorn. Don't move in and don't move her in. The only time you even come close to that is if you make up in your mind that you're going to have a mind marriage with this, because we don't do legal marriages. We don't do legal marriage. That's over and done with. Only dumb dudes and arrogant dudes think they know everything gonna do a legal marriage in 2022, 2023. You obviously haven't been paying attention. You think your wife can't never change on you? You are lost. You in the matrix. You in the matrix. No woman will ever be what Eve was. No woman will ever be what Eve was. What did Eve do? Not only did Eve convince Adam to eat the forbidden fruit that he was told not to eat, but if you read the other books, they consummated their new agreement with sex. And it is said, even in the Bible, Cain is not listed among Adam's kids. Because you can have twins by two different fathers. The Jaclone, which one of the fallen ones, is listed as Cain's possible dad. J-A-Q-O, what is it? J-A-Q-U-O-N. So don't put, dude, if you think you can put something, come on now, man. Come on now, man. Stay on your square. You at work, don't be trying to tell, if you got a female boss, don't be trying to tell her what to do. If she tell you to do something, just do it. If she get out of line, you don't want to deal with her no more, just get everything in line first and move on. Always be looking to work for yourself. Because when you work with these people, you're going to be dealing with all the emotions of women. I'm telling you, whether it's your coworkers, whether it's your boss, if you ain't like right now. I mean, only time I really deal with women is when I'm making pickups and when I'm making drop-offs. Like, ain't no women in here. You see what I mean? But last two jobs, my job in Texas in correction, all these problems. Girl went outside crying because she basically was being petty. She had already caused 2 dudes on the job to get fired. And she just kept trying to give me her report back. And they all knew how I wrote. She kept trying to give it back to me, so I just gave it back to her. And she tried to criticize it. I said, you just make sure that you're not freezing up when we do restraints and stuff. She goes and starts crying and storms outside. Make a long story short, a couple weeks later, they was basically trying to blame what the Rainbow dude didn't do right on me. Like every time he was making mistakes, they was trying to blame it on me. If I'm anywhere around, like one time I was off, he did another mistake. They kept calling me, you sure you wasn't? I wasn't. I got mad. I said, look, I was off. I've been off 3 days. They were trying to put what those dudes was doing on me when I was off. And I know a lot of that was because women pick at the masculine dude. They pick at the dude that don't cater to them. They pick at the dude who they can't control. So when you start standing on your square with your girlfriend or your wife, let's say your wife been out of control, you've been giving her away, it ain't been working, you tired of it. You stand on your square. Hey, it might get a little rougher. But stand on your square as a man. Don't let these women emasculate you, man. Don't let these women emasculate you. All they can do really is assist you in getting your nut off. And I ain't trying to be nasty. I'm just saying. Or they might be able to assist you in other things. Maybe they can check your email, type a report, or help you do this, help you do that. But they can assist you to get that sauce out. You can really do it yourself. So, I mean, we need to make them a little more appreciative of our presence. Really, and to going forward, this is how we need to treat them, man. Again, I can't say this enough. Don't call them out their name. Don't hit them. Don't mistreat them. There's no need to do that. We men, we don't got to do that. We got selections everywhere. If they don't want to get with our program, we dump. We divorce. Especially if she acting a fool on you. First of all, cheating is not allowed. If she physically cheats on you and you catch her, your relationship is done. If you stay with her, I can't help you. Nobody in the manosphere can help you. If you take that off somebody, she getting her inside split. What if he bigger than you? What if he wider than you? She getting her she ain't gonna smell the same. Ain't nothing gonna be the same. And you trying to stay with her. Like she gonna act better. Get out of here, man. Some of y'all dudes just weak. If you too weak, I can't help you. Ain't no swinging. We don't do that. We don't do that. If you tell her, she bring up swinging to you, be like, if you want to swing, why should we even be together then? Why don't you go do what you want and I'll go do what I want? Don't never allow them to cheat, and don't never agree to that swinging stuff. You letting these dudes, you sitting there watching these dudes rock your wife? That don't make sense. And don't agree to that two boyfriend stuff. We don't share. They do. This is how we need to treat them. This is how we need to treat them. Your wife don't want to cooperate. Y'all got kids. Try to get her to agree to y'all raise them kids together. If she'd be like, look, I'm willing to work with you. Get a duplex. Man, these new chicks, you be like, listen, that's my ex-wife. We raising our kids together. Don't worry about what we do. And don't mess with her. You break up with these, do not have sex with no woman you break up with. Don't do it. Don't do it. You divorce her, you break up with her, do not give in. You have other choices. Open your mouth and talk. I should have said pause. But we ain't softening up for none of these YouTube women, man. We ain't softening up. There are some attractive women on YouTube. I ain't changing my tune for a single one of them. They don't gotta like me. Some of them gonna think I'm ugly. Some of them gonna think this, that. Who cares? Who cares? And who cares? I ain't switching up. I ain't switching up. This is my world. You can join my world. You'll have a companion. I'm gonna protect you, this, that, and the other. And this is how you should be looking at it. But it ain't your world. If you coming in my world, like how that Corey, listen, man. Listen, stop. You looking real weak, man. She didn't want to stay with you, man. Move on. I know you could get women. You gotta be having them nice little haircuts and stuff, man. You could get somebody else. Move on. For one, let's get technical. You already done smashed her how many times? I know you got kids with her and stuff like that, but hey, man, she didn't want you. Move on. And that go for all the rest of you celebrities. If y'all watch this and you had a divorce, listen, man, move on. Will Smith, you need to let that go. You need to let her have that 160 million or whatever and leave her alone. I'm telling look, man. Whew. We gonna have to talk about this some more tomorrow. Cause it's 8:06. I still got a little more I need to do out here. Then I'm gonna go watch the second half of the Packers against the Rams. So we're going to bring this up. We're going to have part 3 and all that tomorrow. Guys, it's your world, man. It's your world. Listen, don't, and I want to say this to other dudes in the manosphere. Some of y'all, listen, we don't switch up for these women, man. Like, if you going to switch up, then why are we still hearing from you? You can't make money no other way? I mean, God, I get it. Y'all probably making a lot of money from YouTube, but if you gonna switch up, man, like, why are we still hearing from you? I'm gonna be the same. If I do collabs in the future, this, that, I'm gonna be the same. I'm gonna stand on my square. Every woman ain't gonna find me attractive. Who gives a flying bleepity bleep? I don't care. It's not going to change my tune. Nothing they do, nothing they say is going to change my tune. I'm going to be polite. I'm going to be direct. I'm going to be genuine. Polite, direct, genuine. With all women, any women I deal with. My family, any women I deal with. That's how I'm going to be. But we'll talk about this tomorrow. We'll see you then. This is The Truth Man. Channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel.